How's it going, everyone? Today I feel like I have the first repair video I've done in quite a while on either of my cars, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. Well, I haven't really been driving the Turbo X, that car's still broken. And with this car, it's just been so reliable for me outside of the check engine light. But there is finally something wrong with it. I popped the hood the other day when I got home, actually right after I recorded the exhaust montage video. If you haven't seen that, click up here in the top corner to watch it. And I noticed that there is a lot of coolant that is just kind of seeping out of this expansion tank. It almost looks like it's either coming from the seam right here or one of these nipples is cracked and leaking. So you can probably see it, this expansion tank itself is extremely disgusting and dirty already. So I had plans to replace it anyways, just to get something that looks a little bit cleaner and nicer. But now I don't really have a choice because this thing looks like it's a ticking time bomb. So today that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be showing you all how to replace the expansion tank on these cars. I did a video on the V6 93s, and that one isn't necessarily any more steps, but the hoses can be a bit more difficult to get to. This one should be a lot easier because we have a lot more room. And I say that with my fingers crossed, but I guess we'll see. I've got my brand new clear, pretty tank right here. So my plans are to pretty much siphon out as much of this old coolant as I can, put it in a tub, and then remove the tank. I don't want to drain the entire cooling system because this is the highest point of the cooling system, so jacking the car up, draining the entire system is just not worth it. If I just empty the tank the best I can, I'll still probably lose a little bit of coolant, but then I can just dump this existing coolant, which is already pretty new and in nice shape, just back into the car, into the new tank. So that's enough talking though. Let me set up the camera on the tripod. Unfortunately, I don't have a good lighting setup in here yet, so I apologize for that. I only have this one LED bar, which does a pretty good job of lighting up the entire garage, but the hood kind of blocks the side of the car back as far as I can. So I'll have to figure out something better for future videos, but yeah, let's get to it. First things first, let's go ahead and suck this old coolant out with a turkey baster. This is going to take quite a while, so let's just skip to when I'm done with this.
A few moments later.
Right down there in the middle of your screen, you'll see the expansion tank sensor that pretty much just lets you know if you're low on coolant. So we need to disconnect that next. After that, there's little tabs here that we just need to pop it out of its bracket. And there's one hose down underneath that you can kind of see the hose clamp for right there. But once you pull this out, you'll get a better look at it, and we need to take that off. And we just need to do these two hoses right here, and it should come right out. Oh yeah, I'm looking at this. I'll have to show you guys once I get it off. There's a bunch of dried up coolant on the back of here too. This thing was definitely a ticking time bomb. So now I'm gonna get this hose that's on the bottom. Since I have the tank out now, it should be nice and easy to get to. And I'm using some of my new tools for the first time, so this is cool. I'm gonna do a video at some point kind of going over everything I got. I'm probably gonna wait until I get some license plates in from you guys and I actually do a video of like setting up the whole garage. But tangent aside, let's get this thing off. I have to show you guys this, and I'd recommend doing what I did to prevent you spilling coolant. So I tried to pull as much coolant as I could out of this hose through the sticking the turkey baster down into that little outlet down there. And I sucked out just enough. Look at how close it is. It's like a ½ ounce more and it would overflow. I'm probably gonna suck a little bit more out right now, just to oh no, why did I jinx it? I didn't touch anything. Okay, I gotta get rid of this. It's making a mess on the floor. Minor setback aside, all we've got left now are these two little easy ones up top. Yeah, I found our problem though. This nipple is completely snapped in half. Part of it may be stuck inside this hose here, so thankfully I was able to get it out. I got the pliers around the end. It's about to break off and then just twisted the hose off. That right there is about as close as it gets to a ticking time bomb about to explode. I mean, that was not from me. I felt it loose as soon as I started to go with the hose. But yeah, not good. And you can see, this is the coolant I was talking about on the back. So yeah, time to get rid of this thing. Here's our pretty new shiny tank. So we're gonna install this in reverse order, meaning I'm gonna put these two small ones on first, and then we'll get this bottom one on, which should be the only one that's relatively difficult. We'll clip it into place on these two little tabs here, and we'll reconnect the little sensor, fill it up, run it a little bit, make sure I didn't lose any extra coolant, get the any air that might be in the system out of the system, and we'll be good to go. So I've realized that if you wedge the expansion tank right in this position, it makes it extremely easy to get this bottom hose on. It gives you all the room in the world. You can clip this into place now. Sensor plugged in. Now we're good to fill her up. Only problem with this is now it makes my brake fluid reservoir look even dirtier than it already was, but oh well. All right, so now all that is left is to just run the car with the cap off, just in case there's any air bubbles in the system, let it get up to temperature, top it off if you need to, and you're done. Thankfully, a very simple repair, guys. If you haven't checked on your coolant tank, go ahead, go check it out, because you could be facing something like me, and you would hate to be broken down on the side of the road because of something like that failing, because that is definitely the original tank from 2003. So I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.